Your BMW engine is one expensive mistake away from complete destruction. But this can be prevented. By the end of this video, you will understand that these 10 deadly sins will turn your ultimate driving machine into an ultimate repair nightmare. Starting off with ignoring oil change intervals. Ignoring BMW's oil change intervals, or worse, extending them beyond manufacturer recommendations, represents the fastest way to destroy any BMW engine. This isn't about being a few hundred miles over. This is about the deadly combination of BMW's extended service intervals and owner neglect that creates engine-destroying sludge. BMW's long-life oil change intervals of 10,000 to 15,000 miles are marketing compromises designed to reduce ownership costs during the warranty period, not maximize engine longevity. These extended intervals push oils beyond their protective capabilities, especially in turbocharged engines that create extreme heat and contamination. When oil breaks down, it loses its lubricating properties and forms sludge that clogs critical oil passages, particularly in BMW's complex Venous variable valve timing systems. According to Consumer Reports data and Bimmer Post forums, BMWs that follow 5,000-mile oil change intervals regularly exceed 250,000 miles with original engines. Those following BMW's extended intervals often need engine replacements between 100,000 to 150,000 miles due to sludge-related failures. The sludge blocks oil flow to turbocharger bearings, Venous actuators, and main engine bearings, causing catastrophic failures requiring complete engine replacement. Master BMW technician Mike Miller confirms that every high-mileage BMW follows shortened oil change intervals religiously. Up next is using the wrong oil specifications. Using incorrect oil specifications, even expensive synthetic oils that aren't BMW approved, represents one of the most misunderstood ways to destroy your BMW engine. This isn't about oil quality. It's about chemistry and engineering tolerances that require specific oil formulations to prevent catastrophic wear and component failure. BMW engines require LL01 approved oil with specific viscosity modifiers, detergent packages, and additive chemistry designed for BMW's aluminum construction and tight manufacturing tolerances. Generic synthetic oils lack the specific additives that prevent aluminum corrosion, Venous system deposits, and bearing wear in BMW's high-performance engines. The wrong oil chemistry causes accelerated wear on critical components like rod bearings and Venous components. According to J.D. Power studies and BMW's internal data, engines using non-approved oil suffer Venous failures, timing chain stretch, and bearing damage at 3 times the rate of engines using proper BMW LL01 oil. The cost difference is about $20 per oil change, but repair consequences are massive. Venous failures cost $2,500 to $4,000, while bearing damage requires complete engine rebuilds exceeding $15,000. RepairPal data shows BMWs using correct oil have 40% fewer engine problems over 150,000 miles. Up next is driving hard on cold engines. Driving aggressively before your BMW engine reaches full operating temperature represents one of the fastest ways to destroy expensive internal components, particularly the precision bearings that keep your engine running smoothly. This deadly habit causes immediate and permanent damage that accumulates over time until catastrophic failure occurs. Cold oil has dramatically different viscosity and protective properties compared to warm oil, creating insufficient lubrication for BMW's tight manufacturing tolerances. When you accelerate hard before the oil temperature gauge shows normal operating temperature, the protective oil film breaks down under pressure, allowing metal-to-metal contact between bearings and rotating assemblies. BMW's precision tolerances become liabilities when proper lubrication isn't present. According to automotive engineering studies, rod bearing and main bearing failures are directly correlated with cold engine abuse, particularly in turbocharged models where boost pressure creates extreme loads on inadequately lubricated components. The damage is cumulative and invisible until catastrophic failure occurs, usually between 80,000 to 120,000 miles. Wait until both coolant and oil temperature gauges show normal operating temperature before exceeding 3,000 RPM or using full throttle. Up next is ignoring cooling system maintenance. Neglecting BMW's complex cooling system maintenance represents a guaranteed path to catastrophic engine failure, particularly because BMW cooling systems are designed with plastic components that degrade predictably but fail catastrophically. This isn't gradual deterioration, it's sudden, complete failure that can destroy your engine in minutes. BMW cooling systems rely heavily on plastic components, including expansion tanks, thermostat housings, and various hoses that become brittle with age and heat cycling. When these components fail, they rupture completely, dumping all coolant and causing immediate overheating that warps aluminum cylinder heads and destroys head gaskets. BMW's aluminum engines are extremely sensitive to temperature spikes, with even brief overheating events causing permanent damage. According to Consumer Reports data, cooling system failure is the #1 cause of BMW engine death, typically occurring between 80,000 to 120,000 miles. Electric water pumps fail without warning, often due to internal electrical component failure, leading to rapid overheating. Proactive cooling system replacement at 80,000 miles prevents 95% of overheating disasters and costs $800 to $1,500, while waiting for failure results in $8,000 to $15,000 engine replacement costs. Up next is using low-octane fuel. Using regular unleaded gasoline instead of premium fuel in BMW engines represents a guaranteed way to cause internal engine damage through detonation, also known as engine knock. This isn't about performance. It's about preventing catastrophic internal damage that destroys pistons, connecting rods and cylinder heads through explosive pressure waves. BMW engines, especially turbocharged models, are designed with high compression ratios and aggressive timing curves that require premium 91+ octane fuel to prevent premature ignition. Lower octane fuel ignites under pressure before the spark plug fires, creating massive pressure spikes that crack pistons, bend connecting rods, and damage cylinder heads through repeated shock loading. According to automotive engineering studies, detonation damage is cumulative and often invisible until catastrophic failure occurs. Modern BMW engines have knock sensors that detect detonation and retard timing, but this protection has limits and can't prevent all damage from sustained low-octane fuel use. Consumer Reports shows BMWs using premium fuel have significantly lower rates of internal engine damage. The cost difference is typically $200 to $400 per year, while detonation damage can require complete engine rebuilds costing $15,000 to $25,000. Up next is ignoring carbon buildup in direct injection engines. Ignoring carbon buildup on intake valves in BMW's direct injection engines represents a slow-motion engine killer that gradually strangles performance until catastrophic failure occurs. This problem is unique to direct injection engines and requires specific maintenance that most BMW owners don't understand or perform. Direct injection engines spray fuel directly into combustion chambers rather than over intake valves, eliminating the cleaning action that port injection provides. Oil vapors from the PCV system coat intake valves and bake into hard carbon deposits that restrict airflow and create hot spots leading to detonation and valve damage. BMW's direct injection engines are particularly susceptible to severe carbon buildup. According to automotive service data, carbon buildup becomes severe enough to cause performance problems between 40,000 to 60,000 miles, requiring professional walnut blasting to remove deposits. Ignoring this maintenance causes progressively worse performance and eventually valve damage when carbon deposits break off and interfere with valve seating. Professional carbon cleaning costs $600 to $1,200, while ignoring the problem can lead to valve damage requiring cylinder head rebuild, costing $4,000 to $8,000. Up next is neglecting PCV system maintenance. Ignoring the PCV, positive crankcase ventilation system represents one of the most overlooked ways to destroy your BMW engine through excessive crankcase pressure that blows out gaskets, seals, and causes oil leaks throughout the engine. This $15 part prevents thousands in damage when maintained properly. The PCV valve controls crankcase pressure by allowing blow-by gases to escape in a controlled manner. When the PCV valve fails, excessive pressure builds up in the crankcase, forcing oil past gaskets and seals throughout the engine. This creates the notorious BMW oil leaks that plague neglected vehicles and can progress to complete seal failure that dumps oil and destroys the engine through oil starvation. According to Consumer Reports data, PCV valve failure is the root cause of 60% of BMW oil leak problems. A failed PCV valve creates positive pressure that forces oil past valve cover gaskets, oil pan gaskets, and rear main seals. BMW master technician Robert Bentley states that $15 PCV valves can cause $10,000 in engine damage when neglected. Simple test. Remove the oil cap while the engine runs. You should feel strong suction if working properly. Up next is ignoring fuel system failures. Ignoring fuel system problems, particularly high-pressure fuel pump failures and clogged injectors, represents a guaranteed way to destroy your BMW engine through lean combustion that melts pistons and burns valves. These failures are common in BMW's direct injection engines and require immediate attention to prevent catastrophic damage. BMW's high-pressure fuel pumps and direct injectors operate under extreme pressures exceeding 2,000 psi, making them prone to failure that causes dangerous lean running conditions. When fuel delivery becomes inadequate, the air-fuel mixture becomes too lean, dramatically raising combustion temperatures that can melt pistons, burn exhaust valves, and destroy cylinder heads through excessive heat. According to automotive service data, the N54 and N55 engines are particularly prone to high-pressure fuel pump failures that cause sudden power loss and potential engine damage if not addressed immediately. BMW specialist mechanics report that lean running conditions can destroy engines in less than 1,000 miles of driving with severely compromised fuel delivery. The high-pressure fuel pump typically fails between 80,000 to 120,000 miles and costs $1,200 to $2,000 to replace, while ignoring the problem can result in complete engine replacement. Up next is cheap aftermarket sensors. Installing cheap aftermarket sensors instead of OEM or OEM equivalent parts represents a hidden way to destroy your BMW engine through false information that causes the engine management system to make incorrect decisions. This isn't about saving money, it's about preventing catastrophic engine damage from bad data. BMW's sophisticated engine management systems rely on precise sensor data to control fuel delivery, ignition timing, boost pressure, and emission systems. Cheap aftermarket sensors often provide inaccurate readings that cause the ECU to make incorrect adjustments, leading to lean running conditions, detonation, overboosting, or other dangerous operating conditions that destroy internal engine components. According to automotive repair data, cheap aftermarket sensors are responsible for numerous engine failures that initially appear to be unrelated problems. Inaccurate oxygen sensor readings cause incorrect fuel trim adjustments, while faulty MAF sensors cause incorrect air-fuel calculations that result in detonation. The cost difference between cheap and quality sensors is typically $50 to $200, while engine damage from false sensor readings can require complete engine rebuilds, costing $15,000 to $25,000. Finally, ignoring timing system failures. Ignoring timing chain stretch, guide failures, or VANOS system problems represents the ultimate BMW engine destroyer because timing system failures can cause valves and pistons to collide, resulting in complete engine destruction that requires total replacement. This is the most expensive failure mode possible in BMW engines. BMW's complex timing systems include timing chains, guides, tensioners, and VANOS variable valve timing components that must work in perfect harmony to prevent valve-to-piston interference. When timing chains stretch or guides break, the camshaft timing becomes incorrect, potentially causing valves to contact pistons during engine operation. This collision destroys valves, pistons, and often the cylinder head. According to Consumer Reports data, certain engines like the N20 and N63 are particularly prone to timing chain problems that can cause catastrophic engine failure without warning. The plastic timing chain guides become brittle with age, eventually breaking and allowing the timing chain to skip teeth. BMW specialist mechanics report that timing system failures often occur suddenly without warning. Timing chain replacement costs $3,000 to $6,000, while valve-to-piston contact damage requires complete engine replacement costing $15,000 to $30,000. These 10 engine destroyers represent the difference between BMW ownership being a dream or a nightmare, proving that knowledge and proper maintenance are your best protection against catastrophic failures. The common thread among all these failures is that prevention costs hundreds while repairs cost thousands, making proper maintenance the most cost-effective insurance policy for your BMW engine. Understanding these deadly mistakes helps you avoid the pitfalls that transform ultimate driving machines into ultimate financial disasters. The most important lesson is that BMW engines reward respect and proper care with exceptional longevity, but punish neglect and shortcuts with expensive failures that often exceed the vehicle's value. Smart BMW owners treat these 10 points as mandatory knowledge for successful ownership, understanding that avoiding these mistakes is the key to enjoying BMW's legendary performance and reliability for hundreds of thousands of miles. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you like content like this, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.